What up, YouTube? This is DavidLeeT back with a new video. I got tagged by a couple cool YouTubers. The first one's Superheroes Den 1. His link will be down below. And the second one was X-Man 14. Her link will be down below as well. Thanks for tagging me, you guys. The first tag was by Superheroes Den 1, and his question was, what's your top 10 favorite horror films of all time? So I went through all my horror movies and I picked out 10 that I felt, you know, are in my top. Most of these are older horror films from the 80s and 90s, whatnot. But we'll go ahead and get the first tag started. My 10th favorite horror movie of all time is Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. I believe this is the 4th installment into the series. This is one with Corey Feldman in it. He's a little boy. He's also the guy that played in The Lost Boys, and he voices Donatello in the old school live action movie. The reason this one's in my top 10 because it actually shows Jason's face at the end. I think this was like the first movie that shows what he looks like, except for the first one when he's a kid, but when he's actually grown, what he looks like. And I just thought that was so awesome. And when I was a kid, this one always scared the shit out of me. So number 10, definitely The Final Chapter. Number 9 would be The Howling. I believe Dee Wallace is the main character in this. I'm pretty sure she is. She was in a lot of movies from the 80s. If you guys haven't seen this, this is one of the best werewolf films in my opinion. After the first one, they're all like shit, but the first one's awesome. So if you guys haven't checked this out, I highly recommend you see it. The werewolves in it look great, man. There's like a silhouette of one, but for the for this time and age, the effects of the werewolves, flawless, dude. Really, really good. My next, number 8 would be 30 Days of Night. This is a newer film. This come out like 3-4 years ago. Really good. This is basically based in Alaska, and they have 30 days of night up there. 1 month, it's always dark. And these vampires come in and start taking over when the nighttime hits. And I just thought the vampires looked epic in this. They're not like all faggoty like in the Twilight movies. Sorry if you guys are Twilight fans. I'm just not. I never did like that series. My wife loves it, but me, ugh, you know. But anyways, these are some badass vampires, dude. If you want to see some epically evil vampires, check this shit out. And when the dude's in the jail cell and he's telling the sheriff, which is played by Josh Hartnett, when he's telling the sheriff about them coming, it's like the most chilling scene of all time. I don't know, that guy just always sends shivers down my spine. Really good flick. Highly recommend it. Part 2's okay, but nowhere near as good as that one. My number 7th favorite would be Night of the Living Dead, the remake from, I believe it's 1990, 1991, somewhere through there. Candyman, or Tony Todd, plays the main character in this film, and I'm a big fan of the old one, the real old black and white one, but this one I really liked a lot. I mean, I don't know, I just thought this one was better. I know I'm gonna get scolded for that, but really loved this one. If you guys haven't seen this, I highly recommend you check it out. Great horror film. My number 6 would be Friday the 13th, 9. The Final Friday, Jason Goes to Hell. Just badassery. I can't say too much about this. You guys got to go check it out. I'm sure some of you have already seen it. Probably my favorite Friday the 13th out of all of them. I have all 10, and I have Freddy vs. Jason. But this one always stood out to me. I really enjoyed this one. Really good. That would be my number 6. My number 5 favorite is John Carpenter's The Thing. Probably some of the best special effects from the early 80s I've ever seen in a horror film. The creature in this just looks so realistic, it's unreal. And one of my favorite actors of all time, Kurt Russell, plays McCready, which is the main character. And they recently just released a prequel of this in theaters. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. But this is a fantastic film. I give this, on a 1 to 10, I give it a 9. Really, really love this film. I highly recommend it. My fourth favorite of all time would be The Evil Dead, starring Bruce Campbell. This is a cult classic. I'm sure everyone knows of this film. The scene where the zombies underneath the floor and that little trapdoor thing to the basement. I don't know. When I was a kid, that scene always creeped me out. Really, really love this movie. Great film. Bruce Campbell's a fantastic actor. Probably the king of B movies. And if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it. My number 3 fave of all time would be The Exorcist. Yes, I'm part of the horde of fans. I love The Exorcist. Probably one of the best Exorcist movies of all time, where exorcisms are taking place. This is just a cult classic. Always loved it, always will. Fantastic film. My number 2 of all time would be Pumpkinhead, starring Lance Hendrickson. I was stunned to not see this on anyone's list. This is a fantastic horror film. Very good story. Very, very good special effects. The creature in it looks just fan-fucking-tastic, dude. I highly recommend you guys check this out. Really great film. There's 4 in all. And none of them's as good as the first one. The first one's great, in my opinion. So if you haven't seen this, do yourself a favor. It's October. It's almost Halloween. Go check that shit out. You'll love it. My number 1 favorite of all time would be Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Pinhead. I don't think any guy tops Pinhead and just scaring the shit out of people. This guy scares the shit out of me, dude. I don't know. If I came up on this demon-looking bastard, I'd probably shit myself. He's terrifying, man. This movie, when I was younger, scared the living balls out of me, man. Really, really good horror film, in my opinion. Part 2 and Part 3's okay. They're nowhere near as good as the first one. And everything after Part 3 is just a travesty. I wouldn't recommend any of those. But if you want something really brutal and off the wall, I highly recommend Clive Barker's Hellraiser. No one tops Pinhead, in my opinion. He's a beast, man. Just a creepy beast. But that's my top 10 favorite horror films of all time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tagging me, Soups. Happy Halloween, everyone. And the guys I'm going to tag for this will be Cynical Enigma, my brother from another mother, and my good pal Lawn Boys Post 1975. Both awesome YouTubers. If you guys see this and you want to make a response, I look forward to watching it, you guys. Now on to the next tag. The next tag, I was tagged by X-Man14. Really nice girl here on the tube. Her question was, what got you into comic book collecting or liking comics or comic characters, somewhere through there? And I don't know, I've just always been a fan of fictional characters or cartoons or anything like that, especially heroes. I don't know, I just like to see, you know, a good guy save the day. And you know, I really couldn't tell you. I guess when I was a kid, I saw a Spider-Man figure at Toys R Us, and I didn't know who he was, and I thought he looked awesome. So my dad picked it up for me. I went home, and then a few weeks later, I discovered the cartoon. Ever since then, I've been hooked, man. Then I discovered Captain America, Punisher, Ghost Rider, Superman, plus the old school Michael Keaton Batman movies. After all that, I was just hooked, man. I just loved comics. And my brother brung me home a stack of comics one day. I believe they were X-Men and X-Force, and I read those. After that, I just had to keep going back and getting more. And ever since then, I've just been a huge fan. But I hope that answers your question, Miss X-Man 14 and Soups, Superheroes Den 1. Both of their links will be down below. You guys please go check them out. Both great YouTubers. And that's my tag video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thanks for watching. As always, be easy, baby.